With the current winter driving conditions in the city, Raj advises drivers to keep a 3 to 5 second distance away from other drivers, to brake slowly and not accelerate too fast. With a sudden warming trend happening this week, homeowners are advised to check over their insurance company and make sure things such as a roof collapse is covered. March is here, but the cold weather just doesn't seem to be going away. Many passengers tell us that they booked this flight in order to escape the cold. Potholes are everywhere in the city, and officials say there's about 450,000 of them in the city. They say it'll take several months to get this problem fixed. Clarisse, Porca, City News. Many local artists are devastated with the closing of 2 Gallery. It was a place where they could express themselves and show their artwork to the public. Because organ transplant recipients take anti-rejection drugs, their immune systems are suppressed and they are more prone to skin cancer. With the number of recent bank robberies happening around Alberta, the police are warning the general public to be aware of how dangerous these criminals really are and to take the necessary precautions. Clarisse, Porca, City News.
More than 100 local artists will have to find a new home for their work after a downtown gallery closes its doors tomorrow.
Oh, they're devastated. Because where are they going to show? It's going to be back to their living rooms for the most part, which is really, I think, a crime.
The owners say they just couldn't sell enough to cover the overhead costs. 2 Gallery has been in business since 2005. Owner Alex Patterson says he started the gallery after taking a woodworking class.
Here in Alberta, and the work they do is so incredible. It's fabulous work. And I asked them, where do you show your work? And everyone I met said, nowhere. There are no galleries interested. And I thought, what a shame.
Patterson hopes to open a smaller version of 2 elsewhere in the city. Duchess Bakery is currently next door to the 2 Gallery and will expand into their space. Seven young pups are almost ready to start their careers with the police force, but first they need something very special. Find out what and how you can help coming up at 7:30. And when a mite infestation brought a downturn for one Alberta family business, they didn't take the fall. Instead, they found a way to sweeten the deal. We'll have that story coming up at 8 o'clock. Well, if you came home and found an intruder in your home, you'd never expect them to be the ones that call 911. Hundreds of students showed their competitive side this weekend in an Olympics of sort, but it's not the kind of Olympics you may have in mind. 2 Albertans are preparing to climb more than 29,000 feet to reach a goal for a very important cause. More safety, better privacy, and a new health facility. That's what more than 100 Alberta hospital patients have in store for them. We'll have more on that story coming up at 7:30. And Edmonton High School continues a 30-year tradition, proving it can still stand strong even after the devastation in Japan. A bowl of breakfast a day might be the key to keeping the high blood pressure away. Find out how coming up at 7:30. This year's Ice on White is well on its way to becoming a Chinese-themed park featuring a giant ice dragon slide, an ice pagoda, and an international ice carving competition. 9 ice carvers from China are working with Canadian carvers. They're creating a masterpiece of intricate designs on snow and ice sculptures. Preparations for the annual festival started back in December.
We started collecting all the snow in the park and stacking it into forms to create our the blocks for the snow sculpture. And then we started building the large structures out of ice.
Ice on White starts tomorrow. Admission is $5 for adults and $2.50 for kids 2 to 12 years old. Also stay tuned for Friday's show when we broadcast BT live from the festival. It's going to be cold, but it's going to be fantastic.
This year's winter weather is creating an unusual amount of damage in the city. Due to the heavy snowfall, a number of roof collapses have occurred, including a barn full of cows and a senior home's recreation center.
About 30 people, maybe more, they were in a gym having a corrales, having a practice. Yeah, but they just made it.
Like, I just amazed at these city girls, how quickly they got everyone out.
While the string of recent roof collapses has left no one injured, Edmontonians are still worried. The cost of these damages could be up to thousands of dollars. With these incidents, AMA claims worker Noreen Parker informs the importance of knowing what your home insurance covers.
Every policy has different coverages, so it would be really wise right now to contact your agent, broker, or your insurance company.
Parker adds that the city has never seen so many cases of roof damages caused by heavy snowfall in recent years, and it's expected to get worse. With a sudden warming trend happening this week, homeowners are advised to check over their insurance company and make sure things such as a roof collapse is covered. While some insurance companies may cover property damage, personal injury may not be.
If you're injured as a result, the biggest thing is for people to be aware of the possibility of this happening when we have this much snow, and especially when the snow starts melting.
City officials are advising homeowners to safely remove snow from their rooftops, especially on older homes. Homeowners have the option of hiring a roofer or buying a snow rake at local stores. It's time-consuming, but it's best to take the necessary precautions. Clarisse, Porca, City News.